Hi, my name is Craig Cecilio. I'm the CEO and founder of Diversity Fund, a fintech platform that serves the everyday investor. This is my YouTube series where we talk about trending topics such as finance, technology, and the wealth creation space. If you like these topics, please hit the subscribe button. Today, we're going to talk about inflation. We're at a 40-year high. What does this mean to you? To me, to you, to everybody? It affects us all differently. And the biggest thing, inflation, it's what, 8.6%? I think that's what the numbers in May came out. Right now, as we talk, it's late June. And, well, first of all, that means things are more expensive. Have you been to the gas pump lately? I mean, I was at the gas pump, $7.19 for gas. And for me, is I work from home and I also have an office that I still have a lease on. So I like to go to the office once in a while, usually 2-3 days a week. Now I second guess myself because $7.19 to fill my gas guzzling car to come all the way down about 20-mile trip. To do that, I might, does that make sense for me? Maybe I work from home an extra day to do that. What about people who start delivering goods and services to your house? Well, now what you have is increased gas prices to do those deliveries for those goods and services. So what does that mean? Those goods and services, to be profitable, those companies have to increase their prices, which means where does that come from? You as the consumer have to pay more for those goods and services. Now, when that happens across everything in life, housing, rent, gas, now buying just goods, we're talking just goods. There was a baby formula shortage. I have no idea where that came from. Now we're talking about, across the board, everything. Food is going up across the board. You got materials across the board going up. It is a huge problem, inflation. It's out of control right now. It's a 40-year high. It came fast and hard. A lot of us kind of knew this was going to happen. When you put that much liquidity in the markets, you have a pandemic, and then all of a sudden we have a war after the pandemic. It's like back to back, where we pump money into the system, and then all of a sudden we have supply chain issues, and the supply chain issues aren't going away because, again, this just happened with the COVID, and then all of a sudden the war in Ukraine is that kind of extended that time period out. We're kind of in unprecedented times, and one of the things they're trying to do is get under control by raising interest rates, playing around with supply and demand, the regulations coming in, the regulations also trying to make things a lot more difficult for people to really stop that kind of liquidity in the markets from happening where those prices started getting out of control. Is it too little, too late? Well, you have to do something, right? So yeah, it's a little too little. It is late doing this. We're all suffering from it, and we're going to suffer some more from it. Will we get through it? Yeah, we'll get through it. When's the question with everything? Because the supply chain issues are still going to be around here. Raising the interest rates up is going to do some things, but you're going to see it's going to be some tough times for some people. We can't sustain this. People can no longer afford to buy a house. The gas is out of control. What about people who have jobs where it requires them to drive to work to interact with people, and they have to drive all around all these places? How does that affect them? Are their wages going to go up? So now their wages are going to go up. Those companies' supplies are going to cost them more. And then all of a sudden, okay, that pricing has to go up a little bit more for the consumer, again, who has to burden that. You see how this whole thing is kind of connected to each other. So yeah, it's a scary time for everyone. We haven't lived through this. I mean, it was 40 years ago. So yeah, I did live through it, but I was a kid, so I have no idea how it was back then, last time this happened. But I can say is people did survive. People did buy homes. People did purchase goods, even do high inflationary times. So it's not the end of the world. Things do change. A little example is I like to go to Maui. I like to go to Maui once a year. And I was looking at prices the other day. It's like, hey, let's go away towards the end of the summer or something. It was like 3 to 4 times as much to get to a hotel room. I was like, this is out of control how expensive that was. And where did that come from? It was like last time there was 2 years ago, and the prices are 3 times as much for the same hotel room at the same hotel. 3 times as much. That's out of control. So I'm not gonna say my Maui trip is over, but you know what I'm saying. I'm thinking twice about that. Maybe I'm gonna kind of maybe I'm just gonna go to what's it called? Is it Yellowstone or Yosemite? I was call it Yellowstone, but you maybe go to Yosemite and just kind of rent uh, rent a van and kind of go out there with the family or something. Maybe try something a little different. But it's unprecedented times. It's definitely going to influence everybody. It's going to be more costly for us to do things. Consumer confidence is very, very low right now, and that's what kind of fuels the economy. So we're kind of in for a rude awakening. We're going to enter a recession. If I had to put my money on and say we are in a recession right now, when you see those numbers come out in July and August, you'll see back-to-back GDP growth being negative, and that is a sign technically of a recession. I think we are in a worldwide recession at the end of the day, and we have this inflationary environment. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I feel for everyone. Everything's going to be tough for people to buy things. So we will get through this. Just be careful. Be conscious of things. The prices aren't going to go down overnight. That it's a whole supply chain issue here that's affected everything here, and it's going to take some time for this kind of to balance itself out. Yeah, but definitely it affects each and one of us, and it's just going to cost a lot more to do things today. Again, this is my YouTube channel. My name is Craig Cecilio. Please hit the subscribe button. Plenty of more topics coming to you soon. Thank you.